Hey guys, it's Nate, aka The Foot Accountant. Welcome back to the channel. The Young Ballers are up next inside of FC26 as we move on from the fun, customizable cards of Glory Hunters to Festival of Football Phenoms, which simply put is like future stars, but for the World Cup. We have some leaks of players that are coming in this promo and some predictions of others that we have to look at today, because this promo is going to be a change from what we've experienced the past couple of weeks, and it's going to give us some very unique cards. We're going to take a look at all that today. Plus, we have EA mistakes because, guys, new star performers finally dropped into packs yesterday from those that performed great during the round of 32 matches, but they were coming out as gold cards in some specific player picks, and that means EA has to compensate people. Let's talk about it today, guys. If you're excited for it, drop a thumbs up with the video, hype the video, and subscribe if you are new. Now, let's look at our daily PTG upgrades that we got in-game yesterday. First of all, some Spanish players got 5-star, 5-star. Basically, all of the upgrades that we got yesterday, besides one, was a 5-star, 5-star upgrade. For the Spanish players, Rodri, Ferran Torres, Laporte got upgraded. For the Belgians, it was De Bruyne, Teate, and Luke Bacchio. Everybody got 5-5 except for Rodri, who already was 5-5, and he got a +3 dribbling, in-game dribbling stat, up to 99 dribbling. So now his face stat is 98, but the in-game stat is 99, where he has 99 reactions, ball control, dribbling, and composure. Absolutely unbelievable card. So glad that I do have him in my team. So those are the upgrades that dropped in-game yesterday, but of course, from the games that were played yesterday, we've got upgrades incoming and more 5-star, 5-star boosts. We're looking at the Emi Martinez, Alexis McAllister, and Simeone all going to 5-5. All of them did not have a 5-5 aspect already to their card, so no 99 stat boost for them. However, for the Swiss players, they're going 5-5. That is Sao and Xhaka, but they are getting some 99 stats because they won their game on penalties, which means they're going to get 99 composure, penalties, and stamina boost on their card. So like for Granit Xhaka, he's going to get +4 composure. He's going to get +14 penalties and +4 stamina to make his card even better. So that's a bit of a added bonus for winning in penalties yesterday as Switzerland and as Argentina moved on. That Argentina game was absolutely crazy. Now, let's take a look at the rest of the content that dropped in-game yesterday. We'll go to Evolutions for kind of an evo that's making people upset, just because right now we're so easily getting playstyles and playstyle pluses on cards with everything being customizable. This evo here doesn't really make too much sense. It does give a 5-star weak foot, and it does give a 4-star skill move boost and some decent playstyle pluses and base playstyles. But at this stage of the game, are we really needing to put playstyles and playstyle pluses on a card? Like, really, unless you're starting a new Evo of somebody, like right now, it's a lower rated card, you probably don't need to boost too many people up in this way. Now, goalkeepers do fit this, so I could actually see this being a good Evo for goalkeepers. Like my Vicario right here, does he have 5-star weak foot? He does, so that wouldn't be good for him. But if you have a 3 playstyle plus goalkeeper that needs a 5-star weak foot boost, you're going to get some random playstyles inside of here, but you get a 5-star weak foot on that goalkeeper if you already have 3 PS pluses. So it's a max of 92 Evo with 3 playstyle plus max requirement on there. So yeah, like I said, unless I was going to start an Evo chain and to like boost up this Stoichkov here, this really would not be a great Evo for me to do, because otherwise I could just go put him into the Glory Hunters cosmetic Evo and customize him up to 3 playstyle pluses. That way, even taking the 4 playstyle pluses after I wanted to boost his overall rating because he's only 92 rated. So not that great of an Evo at all, but there are maybe some fun uses for it. Now let's go to SBCs, where we had the Nakamura National Pride card. Of course, customizable in the Playstyles Lab. This one for me, you know, it's fine. It's cheap. If you're collecting Japanese players, building a Japanese squad, you love this, right? The one thing that I kind of find interesting for this, and especially as we get later into the World Cup, I think I'm going to feel this more, is players that are getting released after their nation gets knocked out is just kind of a little bit of a downer. Like, now that USA is out of the World Cup, I feel less motivated to Evo all of my USA guys, because that motivation was there as I was watching them play. Now that it's over, it's kind of like, that's dropped down a little bit. So I don't know if you guys feel the same way about that. But it's going to be interesting as we continue to get players from these nations that have dropped out of the World Cup. Now, also yesterday in SBCs, we had the 88x3. This is a new one. We were expecting the 87x5, but it's an 88x3 instead. I don't mind the pack being higher rated. I just don't like that I have to turn in 22 players to get this SBC done one time. It's an 83 squad with a team of the week, and it's an 84 rated squad alongside of that. Sure, you can craft it and get it done, and this will give you a chance at some higher rated fodder, those new star performers that we'll look at in a second, and the Glory Hunters cards that are in packs. I just don't like turning in so many players to get so few back. Same thing for the 94 plus UEFA winners and TOTS player pick. It's a 1 of 4 now instead of a 1 of 3, but it's still 4 squads, 87, 88, 89, and 90. And I mean, unless you're chasing a 4 playstyle plus team of the season player, or if you're a fan of one of the clubs that won Conference League, Europa League, or Champions League, or the Women's Champions League, this is probably not an SBC you're doing. Last year, I was doing every single one of these because Spurs won the Europa League, and I was trying to get all of those orange road to the final UEFA winner cards. This year, for me, these don't have as much excitement to them, but I'm sure there are some of you who do want to get these done. It is a place to put fodder right now. There's no player SBCs that you're interested in. You could put some of your fodder in there. Now, we also had the release of star performers yesterday. Finally, we were waiting for this, right? As we had talked about in the past couple of days. We've got Mbappe, Kane, Tielemans, Eustáquio, Diop, and Gil. Obviously, the Paraguayan Gil with that great game. That is a nice card. These are customizable once again with the Playstyles Lab. Only up to 3 playstyles though. And just like always, they are super rare on the market. Take a look at this Harry Kane card, which, by the way, I would say this card is not even as good as his team of the season. The team of the season has 4 playstyle pluses. This one has slightly better stats, but you're only going to be able to take him to 3 playstyle pluses and 8 base playstyles. But of course, the pack weight for these is so low. Their dynamic images are not showing for me in-game like on the card, but as you can see here on the little in-game picture, you do have some dynamic images, which are pretty dope. So you've got an Mbappe who's 6 mil, Kane is 2 mil, Tielemans is 200k, Diop, Hill, and Eustáquio are all 100,000 coins or less. So yeah, if you pack one of these, consider yourself a little bit lucky, unless it's Eustáquio or Gil. Since it is a Harry Kane that is in packs right now, I will be opening a store pack on this video, even though the odds are going to be super crazy low. There's just something fun about opening packs for these players that are rare. This is the Bracket Buster Guarantee. I think that's the one that I will want to open. There's a 550, but that's an Evo pack. What are the odds in here? Let's just check out the odds real quick, all right? This is what we trade for. We have a 2.3% chance of a star performer player. Is that our highest percentage chance from any of these packs? Is that for real? 1.9% chance of a star performer. The 550k gives me a less than 1% chance? Bruh. Okay, maybe there's a global limits pack that's good. These are all tradable. They're probably not, but I'll check the 550. What's my highest odds? 2.9% tradable. You know what? I'm going to go, let's do a 575 for the lads. We have the coins. We've been making some coins. We're going to see the Glory Hunters cards on the outside. We're probably not going to see a star performer unless it's behind. That is going to be Thomas Meunier, I believe. And then, is that Nico Paz? That is Nico Paz. So that's 96 rated, right? Or am I off on that? 94 rated. Okay, let's see. These cards hide in behind. Let's see if we got one. We did not get one. So 2 player picks left to go. That's a little bit of a bummer. Let's open these real fast. The 95 pluses. I already have Salah, so... Oh, Teo Hernandez. Wait, Gabriel. Oh, I've already evoed him. That's why. Okay, I don't have Teo. That's nice. I've already evoed the Gabriel and the Reina. That's why they did not show as dupes. And in my last one, we get a Kanji Cucurella Upamecano. I'm going to take a dupe Cucurella for the rating. Okay, so that was not super good, but I will send some more coins to try to pack these in the next couple of days. You know, they got interesting playstyle pluses because it kind of commemorates what they did in their games to get the star performer cards. You know, that Gil is probably a really interesting one, but you know, that is what it is. Those are fun. We await more star performers for the round of 16. Now, guys, I talked about glitches. We talked about player picks as well, since we just opened a couple. They removed a player pick from SBCs yesterday because those star performer cards were not coming out of this specific player pick, they were coming out as gold cards. EA tweeted 5 hours after content. I wasn't able to get a tweet out for you guys, but if any of you were on Twitter and saw it, there was a lot of people discussing the fact that this 83 plus men's Summer Nations tournament player pick was giving out the gold versions of Mbappe and Harry Kane and Tielemans and all the cards that are in this current Star Performers release. A lot of people you can see here are kind of screenshotting their Mbappes or their Harry Kane golds that they got from these 83 plus player picks. I did like a set of 75 on my phone. I was not able to get Harry Kane or Tielemans or any of those cards, but also I think I did the wrong 83 plus pick. I did the regular one, not the summer tournament one, so that's on me. But if you guys did pack any gold versions of those players that are in packs right now as Star Performers, then you should be getting compensated because EA is going to message in-game in the next couple of days. You know how that goes. So that was one EA tweet from yesterday. Kind of a crazy situation there. They took the whole player pick away because it was the problem. We'll have to wait and see if it comes back because the other Evo that they took away last week still has not come back. Now, the other EA tweet that we had yesterday was about the Football 101 objective. I think this probably is just impacting people who are just getting onto the game right now during the World Cup time frame. But that was one EA tweet that we had yesterday. Now, let's get into the fun stuff, guys, because we're starting to get leaks about the next promo. We've been in this 2-week promo of Glory Hunters, which has been good. The content's been really solid. The customizability of these cards, the ability of these cards has been very, very good. It's been a good time. But we're moving on to basically future stars for the World Cup. We knew this was coming. This has been on EA's website for a long time. We're moving through our list of promos that EA has told us will be happening during the World Cup. This is the second to last week of World Cup content. We got Phenoms on Friday and then Summer Stars to round it all out before we head into what most likely will be footies. So this is the promo. Phenoms shines a light on the football's next generation, spotlighting young players and debutants looking to stand out as the world watches on. Now, remember the card designs that we had tweeted out before this whole Glory Hunters promo was known about, before Path to Glory was known about, before Festival Football was even dropped in this game? We have these 4 card designs. Well, we know that the one on the right is Path to Glory. The second in from the left is, of course, Greats of the Game Heroes, but we haven't seen these 2 designs yet. So one of them is Summer Stars, and the other of them would be Phenoms. The leakers have been using this card design for Phenoms, so we're going to assume that that's what those will be looking like in game. But just again, a little bit about this promo and what it sounds like. It sounds like Future Stars, but during the World Cup. Future Stars has always had an age cutoff of 24 years old. Voltamata, 24 years old, was a Future Star this year in FC 26, so that's why we take a look at what's upcoming with this promo. You can assume that it's going to be at least 24 and younger, if not maybe even lower than that. Like the Future Stars Academy player that we had during Future Stars earlier this year was 21 and under. Maybe this promo could bring the return of this Future Stars Academy, but in a Phenoms sense for the World Cup. So that's one thing that I wanted to mention because I do believe this promo is going to draw a lot of similarities from Future Stars, which is always interesting because these are guys, some of them at least, that we don't always get to use. And you can say, Nate, I've been able to Evo some of these guys for the longest time because they have super low rated cards, but of course not everybody has been able to do that. Now this is a tweet from earlier in the week. This is not a leak. This is a prediction, but there's going to be a lot more leaks, I think, today and tomorrow. These guys know about the promo, guys, because they're saying that these cards were going to feature 4 playstyle pluses and 8 silver playstyles on some of them. They're not customizable like the Glory Hunters, and they are not live cards. And what we've seen already from confirmed leaked names, a couple of them are in this list. Now, you see here that we've got players like Kubarsi, players like Jude Bellingham. I think some of these are probably unrealistic, if we're being honest. Like, yeah, sure, some of these guys could be described as phenoms because they are like on that top level stage. But I'm really curious to see how EA goes with this. Will they go more of a Future Stars route where it's players who like haven't really made a huge name for themselves yet, but kind of started to with the World Cup? Or is it going to be like, is Lamine Yamal going to get a card in this promo? Because obviously he's under 24 years old and he was performing pretty well, is performing pretty well at the World Cup. That's the question that has remained to be known. Yeah, the answer that's remained to be known to that question prediction, but this kind of actually leaked a couple of players already. This tweet was posted a couple days ago. Notice how there is a Antonio Nusa and a Kenan Yildiz in here. Both of those guys were just leaked. So I think there's other names that are in this list that are probably going to be dropping into the game. But this is the first official leak for Phenoms. Yildiz is coming as an SBC or objective. Now, Yildiz has a team of the season card, and he's actually had a lot of cards this year. Plenty of good Evos as the year has gone on as well. He's a very good winger, cam card. As you can see here, he's got the team of the season with the 96 dribbling and finesse, the low driven, and the incisive. Now, the way this has been leaked, he asked, like, what playstyle pluses would you like him to have? Well, we don't get to choose. It's chosen for us. We're back to a normal promo this time around, but it'll be interesting to see the price of these cards as well, and if he will have 4 playstyle pluses. Hopefully, the content continues to go upwards. We're in the silly season power curve like we talked about yesterday with Evos. I think that almost all these cards need to have 4 playstyle pluses. I mean, we're creating almost every single card we want right now with 4 playstyle pluses in the Glory Hunters promo, with at least a certain number of 4 PS plus Evos that we can put onto these cards, which could fill up at least a whole team, if not a couple teams for sure. So I think that a lot of this team needs to have 4 playstyle pluses, especially the SBC. So that is the first leaked Yildiz. The second leak is Antonio Nusa here. And, by the way, nice finesse goal for him for Norway a couple games back. That's what, like, I'm kind of remembering him for in this World Cup, at least right now. He's played great other than that. But we've got some other flags that have been put here. I've got some predictions, all right? I wanted to go through and list a player that I think could be represented by each of these flags. And you know how FIFA Trading Romania does these leaks and how most of these leakers operate. They're going to post these flags, then they're going to post the names of the leaks like a day later. So probably today we're going to learn all of these names. But I went through all these nations and kind of picked players that are under 24 years old that I think are very likely to get in this promo. Saliba, Nathan Dylan Saliba was one of the highest rated players in terms of match rating for Canada that is under 24 years old. My guess for the Canadian flag would be him. For Brazil, I know we just had a Rayan card from Bournemouth, but he played pretty well, and there's not a ton of like U24 players on Brazil that played really well, at least in terms of their player match ratings. So I think Rayan could be getting into this promo team. Kubarsi, I know he was in that prediction. That makes me think that we could be spot on with this one. Sure, Lamine Yamal, Kubarsi, and Pedri, but I think Kubarsi could be getting in. By the way, all these leaks are going to be SBC and objective leaks for these cards right here, so they probably wouldn't be a Lamine Yamal type of name. I think Kubarsi is a good guess. For the next nation, we've got Cape Verde. It's got to be Cabral. It has got to be Sidney Cabral, the man who hit probably goal of the tournament. He is only 23 years old. This is the perfect opportunity for EA to release an SBC for him. I don't care what position they do. I don't care. They got to do Finesse Plus, obviously. But that will be a really cool card to commemorate that moment. I really, really hope that Cape Verde flag on there is going to be a Cabral card. We've got a DR Congo player that's going to be coming, and I'm going to guess that's Noah Sadiki. That's just a guess. And then the last one is a Portuguese player, and I'm going to guess Antonio Silva or Renato Vega, because both those guys had pretty high stats during this World Cup, or player ratings rather, and I think Antonio Silva was on this list of leaked players as well. So watch out for more leaks. There's going to be a whole lot of names. You guys know how it goes. When the leaks start flowing, it's going to be a jumbled mess of like some official stats, some predicted stats, and stuff like that, but we'll keep it all straight and get it all in a nice little graphic or something like that as we do the YouTube video tomorrow. Now, one more leak that we do have that is completely aside from this upcoming Phenoms promo is this. Footy's Lampard is coming via Objective or the Season Pass. Now, we thought we had the whole Season Pass leaked a couple days back. We had a whole bunch of icons like Jorginho that were leaked and a whole bunch of other players. Footy's icons included, like Dalglish as well. Maybe Lampard was added to that list. Maybe this is going to be a part of a different objective. I do not believe those are official stats. I mean, 5 playstyle plus is 98 rated. Right now, I don't think so, unless this is going to be another like situation like Maradona, where we have to like chase something every single week to get that done to then unlock the Maradona. Like, I mean, maybe that would be a card we could like get in August or something like that. I don't know. So we wait more news on what that Lampard or how that Lampard is going to be obtainable. But that doesn't look like it's going to be something that would be obtainable pretty soon. So those are all the leaks. Let me know, guys, down below in the comments, like what players you'd really be looking for out of this promo. I'd love to see a USA player too, personally. And especially cards like Jan Diamande, there's so many youngsters that have really performed well in this World Cup. So many like older guys as well, all the goalkeepers that have performed well. So that's been kind of cool to see. Hope this promo cooks. Hope the rest of the content with it cooks good as well. And last thing I should mention about with this promo coming out being an age-related promo, probably the return of some age-related evos as well. You think about some of those evos. One of the best evos from this year was earlier on in the year where they allowed you to put on a 30-year-old or older player like a pretty big pace boost and a physical boost, like a stamina boost. Evos like that, either on that end of the spectrum, older players 30 or older, or also younger players 24 and below, or 21 and below. It'd be really interesting to see some of those age requirements come back to Evos, and I would imagine that we would. Now let's bring it back in for today on Wednesday. What sort of content, what sort of movement are we watching out for on the game today? You guys heard me mention it yesterday. We're going to mention it again today. I think EA is going to drop that 600K pack in the store again today, and I think that these Glory Hunters cards are going to drop, and they're going to get cooked. Salah's 1.95 right now. These cards have been kind of dropping. I think they're going to go even lower. Like yesterday, Salah started out in the 2.1 to 2.2 mil range, and now he's back down under 2 mil. Like, again, guys, you remember what happened last week on a Wednesday with Glory Hunters Team 1. This was unexpected. The cards crashed a ton. I mean, they have exploded since they left packs, and I think Team 2 is going to be a good investment as well. But last week, Messi was 4 mil, went down to 2.7, and that was almost his low point as he went into rewards at 2.4 at a super low point, but now he's upwards of 3.5 mil. I think Glory Hunters Team 2 can have a good rise as well. Players like Haaland, who's so popular right now in real life and on this game, Rafinha, Gyökeres, even Bruno Guimaraes has a pretty solid card there. Gabriel, right? Great center back card, always pretty meta in game. Declan Rice, Nuno Mendes, Semenyo, Nico Williams. A lot of cards that I think are investable from this promo team, but I want to wait till after today and probably even after Rivals Rewards tomorrow to be buying these cards. So watch out for some price drops on those today and other movements on the market that I want to really point out to you guys. Whenever a national team loses and they get knocked out of the World Cup and they have a usable meta PTG card, we've been seeing this happen now for weeks. They rebound back after the panic. Pulisic was 120. We were looking at him on the video yesterday. 120,000 coins. The bro's now 150. Ruben Diaz, 50,000 coins. 56K multiple times yesterday. The bro is 75,000 coins right now. So I'm investing some coins on James Rodriguez, because this is the only James Rodriguez cards that we really have. I mean, I think he does have a gold card, but like, let's be honest. This is a treat of a card to use because James is back in Ultimate Team. I just picked up, oh, he's on the rise. I just picked up like 10 of him for 160,000 coins, 170,000 coins, and he's starting to go back up. He probably still will be in this range today. Like 170K for this card is probably decent. I would look at the Egypt cards as well, like Marmouche. I think that he's kind of already gone back up in value. He's kind of dropped after the game and then come back up. But even as we get into the games, unfortunately, there's no games happening today that we could trade with this method with. But, you know, as we get into the games on Thursday, Friday, and then 2 on Saturday for the quarterfinals, watch out for these cards because they are still, a lot of them, 4 playstyle pluses, or they're all 4 playstyle pluses if they're at this stage of the tournament, and they crash like crazy, but then they do rebound back. Now, they don't rebound back for forever, but they rebound back because people are like, oh, dip, this card was scary to buy before at 400,000 coins because you didn't know what was going to happen, whether or not he was going to get upgraded or not. Well, now he's out and his price has dropped over 50%. So it's kind of like there's a lot less risk in there and he's a lot cheaper. So highly recommend getting involved with some of those players as we still go through these last couple of weeks of the World Cup. And then again, finally back to today's content. On Wednesday, what should we be looking for today? Well, speaking of Voltamata, we looked at his card from Future Stars. He is still a player that is leaked in this promo team, and so is Manzambi. Manzambi would have been perfect for the Phenoms promo because, again, a very young player that has been cooking, who's probably going to be getting some attention from big clubs during the summer window now. That's the really interesting thing as we look at this Phenoms promo, just to go back to that one more time. How many of these players that get into this Phenoms promo will end up getting transfers throughout the rest of the summer summer window because of the hype that has been drawn up because of how well they've played, and especially with the amount of money football clubs have and are paying for transfers this summer. It's crazy. Some of these guys are going to be going for big bucks. But Voltamata or Manzambi should be an SBC player today. Again, one today, one tomorrow for the last 2 days of the Glory Hunters promo. And speaking of SBCs, we should be getting a Glory Hunters Team 2 player pick today as well. The Glory Hunters Team 1 player pick is about to expire. I didn't even do this one from last week because I packed so many good Team 1 cards. I guess, you could say, Nate, do this because you could pack Neymar from it, but there's no way. Like, I'll do it. Let's do it. Let's do it right now, and I'll show you why this one today might even be a skip. Like, I look at this SBC as a must complete every single week because, oh my goodness, what if you get something good? And then I open it every single week, and I get absolutely nothing. So, let's do this real quick and just see what we get. I'll use the Team of the Season card in here to get the rating and to get everything good to go. I'll use Batagov because I'm probably not going to ever put him into my team. I'm a little low on the fodder here, guys. Oh, dip. We see a lot of low rateds here in the squad. That should work. We get to go. And we have 2 more squads to go. I'm predicting from this, if I pull up Glory Hunters team number 1, I'm going to predict that I get Stanisic from this, and that's a 95 rated card. That's actually not that bad, but that's my prediction. Let's put in 88s and below here. Let me not turn in Dumorne and Claudia Pina, my early game FC 26 legends that I'm keeping in the club still. You might call it silly, but I'm keeping them in the club just for the vibes. Mukoko is going to go in here. Bada bing, bada boom. 88 for an 84. Doesn't do it. 80. Let's get another high rated card from storage. Let me just pull in an 89. And we should be good to go. Guys, today, I kind of already mentioned it. Today is the first day since the World Cup started that there will not be a match on. There's no matches today. It's kind of a sad stat to say that, but we will have 3 days in a row again of games. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday we'll have 2, and then we'll get into the semifinals next week. Guys, we are coming to the end of the World Cup. It comes to the end so fast because of all the nations getting knocked out. But I will have to say, with this World Cup being increased to 48 nations instead of the 32 with the expanded format, I have to say, with all the games that have happened and with some of the storylines that we have seen, I got to say I think I'm a fan of it. I got to say it. I know at the beginning it was like, oh, it might kind of make the group stages watered down, and it kind of did, There were some group stage times where it was like, well, what is there even to play for? There was teams like Norway resting players playing their B team. USA played their B team against Turkey because that group was all but locked up. But is that really a bad thing when it's only going to happen a couple times and you're going to give guys opportunities to play in a World Cup that they maybe wouldn't have had the opportunity to before with the old format because there wasn't as much resting. There was more of an emphasis on getting out. I can talk positives and negatives for this. I'm sure you guys can as well. But I think I'm going to say it's a positive. I think, now that I've experienced it. So, anyways, all that little bit of a yap session to say, let's open this Glory Hunters Team 1 player pick. Watch Neymar come out of this, but I'm guessing Stanisic. Alvarado, yep. Fabian Ruiz, not a terrible pull for 95 rated, and Kubas. So I'll take the dupe 95, but that's why I don't expect anything big from today's content on Wednesday with a Team 2 Glory Hunters guaranteed pack or player pick dropping there. Last thing that I wanted to mention, today's Wednesday, so if you're going to go for your last minute rivals points to get your festival football tokens, or if you're going to go for your last minute opportunities to get the season 8 Season 8 exhibition done. Make sure you get that done today because it'll be expiring today. I don't believe there's any Evos that are expiring today with the season pass. There are some Evos expiring like tomorrow, so make sure you just take a quick scroll through here and take a look at that. Like the Netbreakers Evo, that one does expire tomorrow. If you did this SBC, you don't want to leave it. You want to get this done because this gives you a very nice shooting boost up to 96, gives you a 4th place top plus. I probably will put this on my Charlton. That looks pretty good, although that's more of a cam, not a striker, but the playstyle pluses lend him to be a striker there. So I'll find somebody to put this on, and we will get ourselves a nice boost to 4 playstyle. Not Donovan, but anyways, make sure you get that Evo done. I think there's another Evo creative outlet from Objectives that's going to be expiring soon too. A lot of these other Evos don't have expiration dates, which is good, but some of them do. So like I missed out on a couple of evos yesterday. Some 4th place dot pluses expired. I didn't realize they had timers on them, but they did expire. Yeah, creative outlet expires in 2 days. So make sure you get that one done. That's a really, really good evo there from the no, that was from objectives. Anyways, I'll stop rambling. That's today's video, guys. If you did enjoy it, drop a thumbs up on it. Comment down below if you have any questions. And of course, subscribe if you're new. And I will see you on another video tomorrow on Thursday for the new season and everything that will come with it. Love you guys, man. See you there tomorrow. Peace out.